Like if you're gonna say Cassie is G Money, then that means Diddy was Nino Brown. So if you're his defense, you would have to acknowledge that he committed crimes in order to, implicate Cassie. Are they gonna try to say, Diddy did all these things, but it was consensual? But she's clearly telling you it was.
I have a question. Does Cassie have immunity? Because can she be charged? Do we know that?
I don't know the answer to that. I can find that out, but I'm gonna tell y'all this. I was sitting there yesterday, and I'm like, okay, the prosecution did a good job. I see where their case lies with Puff. But if she wasn't sitting up here testifying, I wouldn't have been surprised if they would have tried to come and get her some way, because she was so involved in everything.
She's facing charges of sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, transportation for purposes of prostitution, and racketeering conspiracy.
So the prostitution and the transportation for prostitution, boom, that's you bringing people across state lines to have sex with them and paying them to do it. On Cassie's side, the coercion and the force, they show text messages where Puff is texting her and saying things like, threatening to blackmail her with freak-off videos. So, and a lot of people were like, yo, we don't know what they have. They literally showed it yesterday.
Now, you also said, am I right or wrong, that they showed pictures and videos of Cassie beat up and knots on her head?
Not video. They will not show any video in court because they don't. They're afraid that it'll get out.
Next question I was going to ask: could Cassie be charged? Will they charge Cassie? Because from what you're telling us, it was like
baby girl was the number 2.
No, she was number 2, and she was setting
up. I told y'all that
yesterday.
Yesterday I said she was G Money and Diddy Nino Brown.
The freak offs, and she allegedly supplied some of the drugs. That's what it seems like they're saying. So could she be charged as well?
I had asked some questions about that yesterday to a source who told me that they had heard that there were some conversations about immunity, which would only make sense. But they can't 100% confirm it. But I'll have that by Monday. Yeah. So yesterday in court, Cassie took the stand again. It is the second week of trial, and she finished her the conversation she's having with the prosecutors. These are the people that want Diddy locked up. She talked about a ton of things, but one thing that they did yesterday that I thought they did a good job at is they leaned into why the sex trafficking charges are there. So they through Cassie's testimony, they set up the whole enterprise that they're claiming he has. So based on her testimony, you have, Diddy here at the top. And these are not things she said verbatim. It took her hours to get through all of this, but this is what you walk away with. You have Diddy at the top of the hem, and then Cassie's second in control because she's making phone calls, she's booking the escorts. Then you have different employees that come in from time to time. You have a person, they're alleging a woman named KK is involved.
So it's like a crime ring.
Exactly. They're alleging a security guy who's also a really close friend of Puff's named D-Rock is involved. They throw out some names here. Now, the crime itself, people are confused about they're like, well, how is he sex trafficking? How is that even a thing? But what they're showing us evidence of, text messages and conversations, is Diddy saying, yo, fly these people out. So Cassie went through at least a good 15 different escorts that she knew by name because they had dealt with them so much.
Different cities, different places.
Bro, LA, New York, Miami, and Las Vegas was their main spots, and they was flying these people all to these different places. One guy was based in New York, but he had been to all them places with
them.
And
that is allegedly the definition of sex trafficking, correct?
Yeah,
it's part of it.
Yeah, it's part of it. When you fly people across state lines with the intent to do anything immoral, and you're forcing them or coercing them to do it, correct?